Good morning, this is Jack from theartchart.net, and this is the pre-market recording for Monday the 21st of May. Our disclaimer, we do this for educational purposes only. We're here to share our technical analysis with you. We hope you can take some of what we're doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. We're not here to issue trading signals. Alright, ES. Now, obviously there's been some news on China overnight. ES has broken up. It hasn't made a higher high yet, but this is... the prospects of getting another leg down are dimming somewhat. Weekly pivot is at 27.18 now. If we break below it and break below the rising support trend line in the 27.12 area, we can still see that next leg down. If we make a higher high with and sustain trade over this high here, then I think reality is we're likely to be going straight up. We shall see. All right, NQ. NQ hasn't made a higher high either. It's trying to break the resistance trend line, and it's at the moment trading between that and the weekly pivot at 69.13. Well, 69.14 in effect. But we shall see. I'd love to see another leg down. I'm becoming increasingly doubtful that we're going to see it. I don't have any obvious channels here. All right, TF. TF is promising for seeing some downside here because we've still got a rising wedge here, and it looks like it's overthrowing bearishly at the moment. Could it break up? Yes. But I have to say I like it on the downside, and the overthrow is now suggesting that the rising support trend line at 16.20 is likely to break. This is promising, but I wouldn't be betting the farm on it. So we shall see how that goes. Downside definitely not out of the window. I'm encouraged at least that we haven't gone straight to new highs overnight, but we'll have to see how it goes today. It wouldn't at this stage surprise me if we didn't do another leg down. We shall see. CL. CL likely forming some kind of a bull flag here. It doesn't look as though it's finished to the upside. No negative divergence at the moment. If in the event that we see it, I've got rising support now in the 70 area. NG had me slightly worried overnight as it was breaking down under the weekly pivot and approaching channel support, but didn't hit it. Heading up. As long as that remains the case, then I've got channel resistance in the 2.91 area, and that remains the obvious next target. Wherever the weekly pivot, that needs to get converted to support, and then NG can go up as planned. GC. GC has gone a bit lower overnight. I had a really nice double bottom setup, open 60-minute buy signal. We've still got the buy signal, but we haven't got the double bottom set up anymore, or at least it could be an IHS neckline now, but not what it was. The spike up in the dollar did not do it any favors. So still looks bottoming action here. I've got declining support now currently in the 1270 area, and the lower we go, the more likely it is that we're heading towards the double top target in the 1240 area. That needs to be very much borne in mind here, and I've got a similar setup on GBP USD, which is, again, as we get closer, the more likely it is we're going to hit it. Right, HG did not have a bad night, surprisingly, as the dollar was well up. At the moment, it's looking as though it's trying to convert the weekly pivot and monthly pivot to resistance. If that is the case, then I've got a sloppy-looking IHS here that on a turn from DX, and we're likely to see some kind of a retracement at least soon. Would look for a retest of the April high. I'm doubtful about a retest of this low now, and I'm thinking if we're not going to retest the low, chances are this is an IHS. The IHS neckline I've currently gotten about the 3.1375 area, and we'll see how that goes. So ZB, ZB consolidating overnight. I've got to say the short-term TNX chart is suggesting that the next move is likely to be down. I'd quite like to see a touch of channel resistance before it goes down, and I've got that just, not even at the overnight highs. So if we went up a little and tested that and reversed there, that would be an ideal place to start another leg down that could reach the 139 to 139.5 area. Stands looking into the 138s, could make it on that leg down, but it would all be a matter of how much time it took. DX went a bit higher. I've still got a nice rising wedge here. It overthrew it bearishly and is now approaching wedge support. The wedge may well break down, in which case we're going to be looking at some kind of a retracement. Don't know if the high could be in. We have reached 94, but I think Stan's looking a bit higher, and the closer we get to it, the more attractive the 200 DMA at 94.7 looks. So I am watching that. We have a 60-minute sell signal, and this is a promising setup to see at least a retracement starting today. Right, Euro USD. Euro USD, again, I've got a very nice resistance trend line here. I've got a possible falling wedge. This looks as though it may want to break up, and if it does break up, then again, we could see a rally on Euro USD, which would match the retracement on DX. GBP USD broke down below solid support at 1.345. That's killed the double bottom setup pretty much. We've got no positive divergence, and the closer we get to it, the more likely it is that we're going to hit the double top target at 1.303. We're now over halfway to it. The question is going to become increasingly, why would we not make it? This was a significant support break, no positive divergence. I'm wondering about continuation downwards. USD JPY, no targets to the upside here. I do have a possible channel resistance trend line in the 111.6 area, and I'm wondering whether we're going to hit that. No strong sign of reversal here, although we are on a 60-minute sell signal. It's just that we've been on it for a little while. Right, USD CAD. USD CAD, I'm still wondering about a retest of this high. We're back testing the weekly pivot. If we see a retracement on USD here, this is liable to retrace with it, in which case we're in limbo between weekly pivot and monthly pivot. Keeping an open mind, might be forming a triangle. Australian dollar. Australian dollar is still looking as though, it's still looking as though an IHS is forming, and the further upside on the dollar has not killed that off. This may well break up. If it does break up, it would have a target in the 77.30 area. And I do like the upside in Australian dollar. I've got daily buy signals, so we shall see how it goes. Right, NZUSD. Again, not much affected by the downside on, by the upside on DX. I'm wondering about a little wedge forming here. If so, that would probably be a bear flag looking for an eventual retest of this low here in the 78.5 area. KC gone a bit higher, almost reached the possible IHS neckline in the 1.198 area. If we're going to see an IHS here, and it's quite a large rally if we do deliver that, but if we're going to see an IHS form here, obviously that would reverse with the right shoulder that should have a low that would be higher than a weekly pivot. So watching that with interest, no current divergence. SB has gone higher again today. We're over the monthly pivot, and I've got this trend line here just as the previous high. It's broken above that. I'm wondering about a larger bear flag forming here, in which case I think Stan's looking for 12.4. I was thinking that looked a little high for me. I'd be thinking more in terms of 12.2 if this was going to be a flag channel. Right, CC, I've got on the big picture on the daily chart, I'm seeing this as a possible bull flag channel. So the more it doesn't actually head towards the head and shoulder target, nice though it is from a Fibonacci point of view, at a nice 50% fib retrace of this channel up here. The more we don't make progress towards there, the more I'm thinking this is likely to be a bull flag, which will resolve into a retest of this high. ZW went a bit higher overnight, retracing a bit, looks like a bull flag forming. No particular reason to think it's going to reverse here. All right, great. Stopping the recording.